No, it isn't always good. Innovation has different benefits and different disadvantages depending on which group or actor one looks at. So it's not an unconditional good, no.
Most of the times innovation is a very good thing for you, but now and then innovation can also have negative aspects on the welfare of our societies.
Innovation is certainly not always good. There are some dreadful innovations like the invention of instruments of torture. But as a whole, yes, innovation has been a force which has produced economic growth, has allowed us to emerge from the poverty and hunger of earlier generations.
Innovation is creativity, and creativity normally has a lot of possibilities. So of course it's good, because to be innovative it means that you have options which you can choose.
I think innovation is bringing dynamics in society, and we call this creative destruction. That is that a few people, a few incumbents, large firms, existing interests will be suffering from the innovation, but it will be to the benefit of many. And that's how we consider that innovation has this positive economic or welfare impact on society.
It's only when you question what innovation is and you understand what it is, you can say whether it's good or bad. Rampant innovation, say in things that we hold dear like the family or sustainability, I don't think that's necessarily good. But in itself, can it be bad? I don't think so. I think innovation is a question of how it's applied.
Now and then innovation has exactly the opposite feature, what I call destructive creation. In other words, that it benefits a few newcomers, a few free riders, a few persons exploiting the opportunities of the innovation for their own benefit, but that it has negative systemic long-term impacts on society.
Sometimes standardization is not a bad thing, and sometimes sticking with proven procedures is not a bad thing. And of course, we are all well familiar with many of the wide variety of technologies that have run amok to disastrous consequence. But the basic answer is most innovations are neutral. It's really a matter of the way they're applied.
The big question is really the EC 2020 question, which is, can we have smart growth, which is innovation-led, and can that also be inclusive and sustainable? And here, what's absolutely incredible is that very few people have frameworks to understand what the relationship is between smart, innovation-led growth, inclusiveness, and sustainability.
You can use a hammer to kill your neighbor or to help him to build a shed. So of course innovation can be used for good things and can be used for a bad thing. In the marketplace we have a very simple mechanism. Innovation is good if it survives in the marketplace and if individual firms make a profit.
Sometimes innovation is not necessarily positive for society, or sometimes society has not come to the point where it is willing to make the changes that would make innovation positive for society. And then it's simply a question of us having to depend on our policymakers to make the right regulations and interventions to help us to deal with the impact.
We have to better understand innovation effect in its entirety to understand when innovation is good and when innovation is not good.